What's going on, guys, and welcome to TLG Reacts, reacting to the state of play that happened earlier today, June 2nd. So, yeah, we're going to watch it, we're going to react to it, and, yeah, my name's Seth, this is Chevy, and we haven't watched this yet, and we've tried to go the whole day without seeing any of it. I don't think both of us succeeded on that without explaining anything that I saw. I did have two things spoiled for me. One thing, I don't know what it is. The other thing is something I was expecting. So that's a thing. But I have not seen any footage. I have not seen anything. I just opened up my Twitter and it was the first thing in my face. I was like, fuck. So that was a little rough. We like to go into these things blind. So I essentially will be. I just know these things will be here.
It's hard to do in the age of the internet. So
yeah, especially when I'm so, my muscle memory is just like, I'm bored for a millisecond and I pull my phone out. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see the things that I know, but also to see what else, because it shows me the potential of what we could be seeing in this state of play. So I'm very excited to watch this. How much have you seen without saying any of it, and how are you feeling about this state of play?
3 titles.
You saw 3?
Yep, in the same what is that? Brain's not working. Title of a video that I didn't click on, fortunately, but they're just named. I was like, thanks.
Goddamn.
But I haven't seen any pictures, no audio, no video, no nothing. So I just know names. Unfortunately, 2 of them I don't really care that much about, so it's not a huge deal for me. And I knew one of them was coming out already. One of them, though, even though I knew it was coming out, super excited.
Well, all right. I don't know what that is, but maybe I do. Yeah. So, is there anything you're hoping from this outside of the things you already have had confirmed for you? Because I know early on they kind of had alluded to this being a VR centric state of play. I don't know if there's any validity to that claim or not, but I am weird and would like to see some VR stuff. I know some people don't get excited about that stuff. I love VR, and I'm very interested in PSVR too.
I feel like those people haven't tried VR.
Yeah, especially when people say it's a gimmick, but some people have used it and they're not really into it, but every time I ask them what they play, they're like, well, I don't know, it's something.
I mean, if you use like an early model Oculus, the new ones are better. But
yeah, I wouldn't be excited about.
Yeah, that wouldn't be super exciting at all.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping to see some of that stuff. I did recently look at a leaked list of things that were going to be in this state of play, and one of them is correct. So that I know of. So I'm hoping to see some VR stuff. I'm hoping to see some big titles. I'm not really expecting from this. So this is quite the mystery of state of play that has more potential than I thought. So I'm definitely really excited to watch this.
Yeah, so I mean, things I'm looking forward to. I would like a release date and price and potential pre-order date for PSVR 2 because I'm very
100%.
interested.
And a confirmation works on PC. That'd be sick.
That would be insta-buy for me because
Yeah.
I've already been flirting with the idea of getting VR for my PC, but I've been holding off literally to see what's going on with PSVR 2. So it would also be more convenient because it doesn't require watchtowers, which if you're not familiar, you need these little blocks up in the corners of your room to help with tracking with a lot of the high-end VR.
With the full room VR,
Yes.
you can not use them when you're doing like the sitting VR and stuff like that.
But Oculus 2 does not use that, and PSVR 2 is apparently also not going to use that. So that's exciting for me because I don't really have the space for watchtowers in my room.
Yeah.
So other than that, there's been this constant rumor of like Bloodborne all over Twitter constantly, and then someone even made like a really messed up prank on Twitter that got a lot of people believing that like they announced the 60 frames per second re-release or whatever coming out for it. I would love to see that because I think especially even if it just is a re-release for PlayStation 5, even though I'd love to see a PC version, I think that would be exciting for a lot of people. So
Be very exciting. The problem with Bloodborne, when people get their hopes up on it is a collaboration between FromSoft and Sony.
yes,
And so even if one of the two wants to do it, it's got to align with the projects people are working on and if they're even thinking about it.
Well,
but it's guaranteed to make money. So
Yeah,
I do think we're going to get something from Bloodborne at some point.
I feel like I thought the IP was wholly owned by Sony.
Probably. But I would hope that they would have From Software work on it.
No, yeah, that or do what they did with Demon Souls and have Bluepoint do it. But
Sure.
But anyways, yeah, I mean that's a wishful thought. We played Bloodborne once before for Plus Club. I didn't get really into it, but with my new appreciation, thanks to Elden Ring, it is on my list of things I'd like to revisit at this point now. So
Yeah, it's funny. I remember when I first played the original Demon Souls, I thought it was neat, but I was like, it's all right, whatever. And then I played Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, and it's like really clicked. Fucking, I was like, holy shit, I love these games. And then when I went back and played Demon Souls, I was like, holy fuck, this game is like so good. So it's weird how that one of the games can help it click. So
for sure,
yeah. Anything else?
I don't really know what to expect outside of the things I know. So yeah.
Well, we almost have 30 minutes of stuff to watch, so we should probably just hop into this, and then we will discuss it at the end and talk during it. So whether you guys have seen this already or you haven't seen it, let's fucking watch this in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Okay.
2023.
Of course, the beginning of the year.
Right around the corner. It's real? Is it real?
Oh, yeah, that was one of the leaks I saw.
Fuck yeah.
Gondor Wonder Roost. I've located Baby Eagle.
Capture on PS5. It's been like the worst kept secret ever.
Yeah, Capcom's like that apparently.
I've just been hearing about this forever. Like,
Guess you, me, picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
oh yeah, I can't wait.
As I know a lot of people love this game.
I still remember the first time I played the first one, or the original, and I was just like, this game's so fucking good. The story's ridiculous, but the gameplay was so good.
It begins now.
Handle it like you did fucking Resident Evil 2 Remake, not like 3.
If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain. Even for a second.
It looks so clean.
This time, it can be different. It has to.
Damn, I'm fucking pumped. Great way to start the fucking State of Play. Sick. I like seeing that PSVR 2 fucking on things.
They did
State of Play returns, and we've got some great PlayStation updates to share with you today.
7 as well.
And thanks to Capcom for kicking it
PSVR.
off with Resident Evil 4, coming
Yes.
to PS5 with PlayStation VR2 content also in development. Now let's get a sneak peek at 4 games in development for PlayStation VR2.
Village.
And they're bringing
Oh,
Village
VR2.
to VR.
Good, because fucking what they did with the first one.
7.
Now,
7 was fucking cool.
let's take a look at him.
I would love to play through this
Wow.
game a fucking
Wow,
4th or 5th time.
I know so many people, and you included,
escaped
played this
my
game
little
multiple times. So.
Yeah, dude, I beat it 3 times in a row. Like, I beat it, played it again, beat it, played it again.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
Mother.
also love that Capcom's like so willing to do VR.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome. I'm so glad that Sony's fucking down to push this shit. Okay, so it doesn't look as good, obviously because it's VR, but it actually looks pretty good for VR.
Yeah.
Man, blood.
Oh, be careful what you wish for.
It's tricky too, though, because like it looks this way because we're looking at it in traditional means versus when the screen's like an inch away from your eyes, the resolution's gonna feel different.
So you're gonna be able to play through the whole thing VR? Because fucking that baby part will be terrifying.
Oh yeah.
And I've been through it already multiple times. It's very cool.
You, of all people, have the audacity to question me? You, who emerged from the putrid waters of the bayou to
What's
plunder
this?
our righteous
Oh, VR
gains
game.
and cut our throats like a demon in the night. What have you done to ensure the future of this forsaken city? You, who have brought nothing but chaos.
Looks like something you'd play.
When
Definitely.
death was swallowing this
It looks like the
city,
Walking Dead game.
it was I who resurrected it.
Oh, like the one
It
people
was
liked or
I
whatever.
who shined
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
beacon of hope for all. The tower cries out for blood, and I
Jesus.
vow to spill it. When the bells ring, the song they sing will be righteous.
Retribution.
Oh,
Oh, cool. I would say it looks like it. I just
Yeah.
fucking didn't. I didn't recognize anything.
that's funny.
Very cool.
I know people like the first one a lot. So. And that's guy.
I want to start playing that.
I'm down.
But you got that ARC server we're not fucking playing on.
Yeah, I don't have to pay for a server for this stuff.
True.
I played this with PSVR 1 on PS4, and it was so much fun. I'd be thrilled to play with like motion controllers and better resolution, man. It's a very cool VR experience.
I wasn't impressed when I tried it, but it was when it first came out, so maybe it's better now. Because I felt like I was just walking, I was playing the same way I would anyway, but I could just freely look around. That was it. Which was cool to see it in 3D, but
That's how it feels with the controller, for sure.
yeah. Oh, this is Horizon.
Oh, yeah.
I asked you a question.
This is like a separate experience, though, right?
Everyone says Reyes is a good shot.
Yeah, and I'll put arrows through both of us. You're switching with me.
It's a snap maw. We're not gonna make it.
It's a snap maw.
Is this like a roller coaster experience?
Probably. I'm going to assume they're probably making something that's going to launch with PSVR 2.
Yeah.
Why?
Just give you an experience, but it looks
Redemption
minimal.
is still possible.
Visually looks great, but
Yeah.
like what you're going to do, it seems like you're just going to be
Climb the mountain.
exploring mostly.
Find out.
Ooh, be
why
careful with
the
flying through the air.
machines are attacking.
It'll be cool.
Do that.
It's that I'm less stoked about this than I am about playing
It will take all
fucking
your wits.
Village
Yeah.
again
skills.
in VR.
I do think looking up at that tall thing, though, in VR is going to be dope.
Oh yeah, none of this is translated.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing a video game right now. When you're playing it, like you're fucking
Walk in
there.
the shadows, Reyes. Now
It'll be
it's
cool.
time to climb into the light.
Hi, I'm
What's
Ben
up?
McCaw, Narrative Director at Gorilla.
Oh,
I
was
hope
like,
you
who are
enjoyed
you?
your first look at Horizon Call of the Mountain, coming exclusively to PlayStation VR 2. We're also happy to announce that a big update to Horizon Forbidden West, including New Game Plus, will be available to download on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 today.
I got a new game first it.
Hopefully that lag thing's going. That's cool. That's cool. I'm surprised that wasn't there before. Show her difficulty.
No,
New Game Plus. New weapons and trophies. That's cool. That game's already got a lot of fucking weapons in it, though. Like a shitload.
Yeah.
For details on this free update, please check out PlayStation Blog. From all of us at Guerrilla, thank you for your continued support, and please stay tuned for more updates to come.
Sorry for what Elden Ring did to you.
Yeah, they got
Get
done
ready.
dirty twice.
A PlayStation fan favorite is coming to PC.
What?
PlayStation fan favorite coming to PC. I think I know what it is because some shit was leaked.
Sacrificing so much and asking for nothing. If you want to change the world,
That makes sense.
you have to be the kind of man who can make the hardest decisions. Do you really need two of those?
You are everything that's wrong with this city!
This, and I think they're just going to release all their shit eventually on PC, but I hope they space it out because they gotta stay strong with having exclusives. But Spider-Man feels right to be going to PC because it's crazy that there's a Marvel game that's only on PlayStation. I mean, it's great for PlayStation, but the idea of people on Xbox that only play Xbox can't play a Spider-Man game is like wild to me.
Well, also, I think I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but that another Marvel.
They locked in another one, yeah.
Is going to be made through
Is this
Sony.
Stray?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
They announced this so long ago.
Yeah, they announced before PS5 came out.
They really want you to be able to be a cat.
Oh, we're actually seeing like gameplay. It looks way better than I thought it was gonna look.
Ew.
What the fuck?
Such a weird idea.
I love it.
Oh no, it looks fun. Don't get me wrong. It's so weird. Gonna make your buddy jealous.
True. So is this a fucking stealth game?
Kind of looks like it.
Looks like a, not like Journey, but it seems like one of those games that's more about the narrative than actual gameplay. Dang, dude.
Oh shit, that's soon.
I think that game is gonna sell well just because you play as a cat.
Explore a mysterious cyber city in Stray, coming to PS5 and PS4 July 19th. PlayStation Plus Extra members and higher can download Stray at no extra cost when it launches next month. Up next, 3 games that will get your heart racing.
That's coming out soon. It's an interesting warning.
They did it on the VR game too.
Yeah. What is this?
Take a look outside. Did you know that they call Callisto the Dead Moon? Dead.
I think it's one of the things I saw.
Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck. So whatever you're holding on to right there.
Oh nope.
That's your old life.
Not playing this.
You gotta let that go. Because your new life is entirely in my hands. I'm just trying to give you a chance at rebirth.
Are we gonna do horror again, dude?
Is this Dead Dead Space?
Yeah, this is Dead Space before fucking EA can pump out their remake.
Ew, dude.
This feels so inspired by Dead Space, but kind of love that somebody's making a AAA horror game.
I love that last part. Gives me chills every time.
God damn. Yeah, I saw a picture of that. I was like, don't know what that is. That looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Takes me back to the days where we had more survival horror games.
In the year 2030,
Super minimal looking.
a new blood sport grips the globe. And in the arena, there will only be the
I like how we went
victorious
from like super
and the dead.
high graphics to comic book looking.
Yeah.
This is a revolver game.
Looks like one. Looks fucking cheap too. It's fucking Tony Hawk meets goddamn.
Oh yeah.
What's that game that's like 2D perspective? My friend something, Pedro.
Pedro.
Yeah, it's like my friend Pedro in 3D, but also Tony Hawk.
The world is watching. In Roller
I don't know if I'm pumped on it, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if things will ever be normal again.
No.
The world hasn't ended yet. It's not hopeless. I won't let anyone else get hurt!
Don't you want science in your corner?
Good. Awful trailer, but
This is definitely a really bad trailer, but I'm interested in what this is.
yeah.
I'm going to miss them.
I look forward to seeing what you can do.
It's like fucking half like dating sim, half like RPG.
I mean, that's what Persona is.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Eternites. Huh.
I don't even know those studios.
I feel like I've heard of Kowloon Knights.
Huh. I have to keep my eye on that one. I'm not sold.
Action
but
games
a
and
little
dating
interested.
sims collide
Yeah,
in
I'm curious.
Eternites, coming to PS5 and PS4 next year.
Also
Check
looks
back
like
in
it'd
with
be
Capcom
boring
for
as
a new
fuck,
look at
possibly
an
too.
upcoming heavy hitter.
Wait, heavy hitter. Resident Evil 5 remake. Street Fighter?
Yeah, I think so.
Are we actually gonna see it? Not just see the shitty fucking logo?
Definitely Street Fighter. This was number 2 on my leak list.
I've just been waiting to see this. It's been
Forever.
I mean, they showed the
not
logo
like a
off,
game.
so I'm like, where's the game?
This journey doesn't have a real ending.
2 Capcom games that were not really that secret.
Okay then.
I mean, this
Hope you
one
ready to begin?
Yeah.
If you want to start off on the right foot in this city, hit the
Looks good.
streets.
Yeah, ain't there I do this. Never fear losing. And when I get up in the game, y'all
I do think they have a little bit of damage control to do after the last series of 5s that came out. They made it right in the long run.
One iteration people loved, but yeah, when it came out. And, what the fuck is going on? What is this?
Maybe it's their story mode. That'd be interesting.
That'd be cool. Don't know who that is.
Yeah. Total mystery. I still can never get over the fact they made him such a like beefy dude.
Dude, that was an era in Capcom, and they just haven't gotten over it with this one. But luckily, with Resident Evil, we went back to normal-sized humans.
It looks like the rest of them are normal size.
He made some middle ground. They're like, no, they're not all like that. It's just for you.
The top player is here. Let me have some fun.
Ready? Then show me.
This will be a good fight.
The character models look really good.
They looked, yeah, the facial animation's really good. The animations in general look really good.
I do follow a couple people on YouTube that are really into fighting games, so I'll be excited to see them. So
The effects look good.
oh yeah.
I can't be excited because fucking like I can't play Street Fighter. I'm not into it.
Yeah,
Not
with
my
the new
fighting
number,
game.
though, could play different. I
Yeah.
mean, the new Guilty Gear doesn't play like I remember it, but it still is really fun.
It's interesting how it's bringing a lot of the stylistic stuff from 5 over, but also looks different.
I do appreciate the extra flash, though, because a lot of fighting games, like, they'll have, like, a flashy move, and then the rest of them are really, like, dull. So
Yeah. Online multiplayer requires PlayStation Plus. What is this?
it's the multiplayer hub, I believe.
We will see. Looks like 2023 is going to have some fucking pretty big games.
Yeah,
That
so
was your first look
everyone
at
got
the
back to
Street Fighter
work,
6 gameplay. Mark
and
your
now
calendars.
it's
It comes to PS5 and
time to
PS4
not be able
in
to catch up on
2023.
games for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Now it's time for 2 indie adventures arriving later
Oh,
this
for
year.
some reason.
Is it not? Finji. It's like Zelda and Fez had a fucking baby.
That's a good way to put it. I was definitely getting Fez vibes until they started fighting. I really liked Fez.
Not the guy who made it, but yeah, the game's cool.
For sure.
Man, I feel like that game came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah, same.
It looks kind of cool though.
On PlayStation Plus.
She set out to record life
Sold.
at the end of the season.
I did this in Arma 2 a
Make it
lot. I would just
real
get on a
for
bike
people
and
in
just
the future.
fucking me and a friend would
She
just
asked
ride
us
around.
about living
I'm sure you probably did in San Andreas a lot too.
Yep.
We asked her about traveling.
Just a game where I could ride a bike, dude. Sick.
When the season turns, what will
It's got a
remain?
cool style. Whatever this
Only
is.
what she saw,
Guy's pants are too
what
big.
she captured.
She carries the sounds of the season with her.
Alright, well, it'll be cool checking this game out when it comes out on PlayStation Plus.
The way she listened made you want to tell her everything.
That's some hair.
I got to look in her journal. The world was telling
get a
her its
bicycle buddy?
secrets. I think she even
Yep.
figured out
Lap buddy,
what
too.
will happen to us when the season ends. Is it going? Is it gone?
Not yet.
Looks interesting.
世界中のゲーマーの皆さんこんにちは。ファイナルファンタジー16プロデューサーの吉田です。長らくお待たせいたしましたが、いよいよファイナルファンタジー16の最新情報をお届けする日がやってまいりました。最新のトレーラーとともにインタビューなども始まりますので、ぜひそちらも楽しみにお待ちください。今世界には本当に様々な困難があります。僕らゲーム開発者にはゲームを一生懸命作るということしかできません。ゲームというエンターテインメントを通じてゲーマーの皆さんが心の底から楽しめる時間を提供していきたいと思ってます。それでは最新のトレーラーをどうぞ。
Yeah, show me the trailer.
That man pretty much is Square Enix these days.
Sometimes it's got to be like that.
Who are we? What are the dominants? The power we wield. It wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us. That its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster.
This looks a lot better. I saw it. Gameplay.
He did say he wasn't going to show it until it was close to done.
Just looked like cleaner, which is good. Day one, dude. I'm already pumped.
I unite the dominants.
I love that they're getting away from the sci-fi stuff.
New order to see us unto tomorrow. If I take the field, our duel will shake the iron.
This is looking fucking cool.
To its foundation.
Is that fucking that guy looking for? Is that Jack looking for chaos? I forgot the guy's name from the one game.
Oh god, the visuals.
Yeah, dude, this is fucking cool looking.
Dude,
this is fucking
badass.
Crazy looking.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
I know him. Okay, I'm re-pumped for fucking Final Fantasy 16.
Awaken, if freed.
Dude, 2023, man. It's gonna be another fucking banger year. That was a good trailer. I'm like pumped.
Don't forget to visit PlayStation Blog to learn even more about today's announcements. See you next time.
Man, they started and ended heavy.
Yeah, no, it was a really good state of play. All right, well, that was that state of play, and it started strong, it ended strong, and we got a lot of stuff there. Overall, I think it was a really good state of play. This is much better than I anticipated. I would have been happy just seeing a lot of VR stuff. I would have really liked to have seen PSVR 2, but I'm sure they'll do a whole state of play just for that.
Probably.
Some kind of presentation, but in the absence of that, I think we got bigger stuff. We got the confirmation of Resident Evil 4. We got to see it. It's looking really good. I hope they handle it really well. This would be hugely disappointing if they don't handle it the same way they did Resident Evil 2, but it's looking really good. And if they can capture the way the original one, when you first played it, felt that ability to like shoot people in the legs and you know, block doors, stuff like that, and add some new flair to that. Maybe some stuff they've learned from Village. I'm really stoked. I'm really stoked to play this, and I'm really excited to see what they do with it. Also, is this one that they said was going to have a VR experience as well, or was that just Biohazard?
Both of them.
Or not Biohazard, fucking Village.
It was both.
Okay. That's really interesting. And this is coming out in 2023, so early 2023. So that's already one thing to really look forward to. So yeah, really stoked about Resident Evil 4. Man, we saw a lot. I don't think there's really anything in this that I thought was like subpar outside of maybe the guy riding the bike was like okay, and the roller skating game. But like everything else we saw here was really exciting. The Village getting its VR upgrade, I guess, is really exciting for me because it's a game that I could easily go through and play again, but this will give me another reason to play through it. And with PSVR 2 having much stronger hardware to render the game in a way that
motion controllers.
Exactly. It'll be a much better experience than what we got with Biohazard, which I was a fan of. Especially back then when Resident Evil 7 first came out, there was no full VR games really. So that they made that whole game from beginning to end a VR game as well was very appreciated. But when you play it, it does feel like it's kind of lacking. So I'm really excited to see what they do with this, especially with all the leaning and stuff. It looks like, you know, they're really going for it. So really excited about that. And yeah, this Walking Dead game, I'm excited about. The first one's fucking awesome. So to see if they're doing a second one's not a big surprise. I thought it looked familiar, so that was funny when I found out what it was. No Man's Sky getting another VR update.
The PS5 version doesn't have VR support.
Gotcha. So this is just
PS4 version does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is very cool for anybody looking for that. This is a game I would like to dive into fully again. So that might be a good reason to do so. The Horizon VR thing is looking cool, but it is looking to me like a promotional tool to sell PSVR too. Nothing wrong with that. They should do that, especially with a big brand that they have like Horizon, Zero Dawn, and Forbidden West. So I definitely will be picking this up unless it comes with your PSVR too, but I doubt that. So you know, I got excitement for that. And yeah, the update is looking cool. That Spider-Man's coming out, the update to Horizon Forbidden West. And then Spider-Man came out to PC. Very cool. Doesn't really do much for me because I've already played it, I've already beaten it. I really like it. I highly suggest you pick it up if this is the only way you can play it. You've probably been waiting for a while. It's also really nice to see Stray. You know, we've seen trailers, concept stuff.
Yeah.
We've known it's existing for a long time. Everybody's going, what's up with that cat and all the robots? What we see now, it looks kind of like a... you know, almost like I keep wanting to say a journey style game, but it looks like you're just moving forward through a story and a narrative is unfolding around you. It doesn't seem like we're seeing a lot of hard gameplay in the sense of like, I mean, we're seeing gameplay, but like it doesn't seem like we're seeing like gameplay like really anything outside of walking forward and jumping. And that might be the whole game. A little bit of stealth, but I think this game is going to sell based off its charm. So that's fine. The new, was it Callisto? Something Callisto?
I don't remember the name.
This new horror game feels very inspired by Dead Space, which is fine because EA kind of ruined their opportunity with Dead Space. They're trying to make up for it now by doing a remake. So that's cool, but it has left a vacuum in space for a space sci-fi horror game. It was Dead Space, and that was about it. So, really excited for this. Really stoked to see where they go with it. I don't know if this is early or not. Some of the animations look a little jittery, but everything else looks fantastic. And I'm definitely excited to see more on this, especially because we haven't really heard about this until now. This is like a full-on reveal, which is kind of in character with this whole state of play, which has just been like big fucking reveals. So that's pretty cool. The skating game on skates with the guns and stuff. You know, when this comes out on PlayStation Plus, we'll review it and we'll talk about it. So come back at the end of the month, whenever this month is. What else did we get? We got Evernights, which seems like a dating sim RPG style game. A game like this is either going to really suck or probably have a strong niche crowd to it.
For sure.
So I will be curious about it because I do have a soft spot for JRPG style games. So I'll keep an eye on it. But if it starts to look kind of whatever, I'll forget about it in 10 seconds. Very happy to finally see Street Fighter 6. It's looking good graphically. It's looking clean. Tonally, it feels same but different. Animations look fantastic. The tone of what they're doing with it, I don't even know what they're doing with it. But
it's got a lot of style.
But it's got a lot of style.
Yeah.
It does have seemingly some kind of like online hub, which is becoming more and more common in games, which I think is cool. They need more social features, but it has this like, could be a story mode, could be some kind of mode in general to unlock things, adventure mode, I don't know, which is very interesting. It's definitely got me interested, so I will be looking forward to somebody sitting down and explaining what they're bringing with this new iteration of Street Fighter. But Street Fighter's been out since I was a kid, and we are just hitting Street Fighter 6, so at least they haven't just like boom, 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 throwing out Street Fighters left and right, because like there's like 52 King of Fighters. There's a shitload of them. So like, and I think Tekken has passed Street Fighter. Street Fighter has staying power. It sits around for a while. People get into it. Championships. People are like competitive with it. So they were finally getting like a mainline Street Fighter. Should be kind of exciting for, I guess, all gamers. Whether it's good or bad, it's kind of an event. So I'm curious about what they do with it. Let's see. There's something else too outside of Final Fantasy 16, which is the biggest thing I'm hyped for here. Tunic, a game that I am confused about, apparently, is looking pretty cool, actually. I think it looks kind of neat. It's obviously inspired by Zelda, so it has some very Zelda-like mechanics going on, but it's got a cool style. It's clean. It's minimal. And it does kind of have a Fez thing going on too, so it's got kind of its own look, which is pretty neat. This game, which I'm not sure what it was called, Season or something like that, looks like another PlayStation Plus game we'll get at some point. It looks like this one does look like a Journey style game where you're just going to be kind of going forward, taking pictures, listening to a narrative unfold,
transporting the sounds of the seasons.
Yeah, and I like some of these like artsy fartsy style games. A lot of them, when it comes to the gameplay, kind of fall flat, but the experience is what it's about. And I feel like this game could definitely have one of those experiences that's really resonates, but also it could just come off as like, it's cool looking visually, but it didn't really do much. This shot right here, though, I think is really nice looking. It's really cool. Plus, riding a bike in a game. Apparently, I have a weird thing for that. So, yeah, we don't have to talk about that. And then, lastly, this started off big with the Resident Evil 4 remake, and then ends with Final Fantasy 16. I'm so glad to be seeing more Final Fantasy 16. And it's looking better than it looked last time. I was actually impressed with the first time we saw a trailer. They had like full English voice acting and a lot of scenes already. Yeah. I'm like, how far along is this game? And then nothing. Silence.
Not far enough.
They're like, we got other fucking games we got to release first before we even talk about this. And now what we're seeing combat, and the combat is looking fucking sick. The animations are really good. The effects, of course, are great. It does kind of remind me of where Square Enix has gone in terms of their RPGs, like Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy 15, where it's a more actiony but also menu-based combat, so no surprise there. But it does look like the next step in that. It's really crazy looking. I'm also seeing like lines pointing at things that they're attacking, so it kind of reminds me of 12. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Also, the amount of blood we're seeing in the cutscenes tells me this game's going to be like gritty.
Dude, the first trailer was disturbingly bloody. Not that I mind. I'm
think down.
A lot of people. I think Final Fantasy is deceiving a lot of times, anyways, because the stories are almost always dark. So.
Oh yeah, dude. It's always fucking people are in love and someone gets murdered and all sorts of shit. But yeah, huge emphasis on all the summons. They're really showing them off in this trailer,
they're gorgeous.
They're awesome looking. Garuda, right, with the wings.
Yeah,
looks fucking dope. Like, is all the iterations of the summons, but like this one has like this really gritty fucking tone to it that I'm really digging. And again, I kind of mentioned it when we watched this. I'm so excited for Final Fantasy to do something that's not sci-fi again. I love the sci-fi. I love Final Fantasy doing sci-fi style stuff, but this is kind of taking it back to a more Final Fantasy 12, Final Fantasy 9. Kind of more medieval style fantasy.
High fantasy. Yeah.
Is really exciting because even though I feel like you can always bet on the sci-fi Final Fantasies for being good, the ones that really like stand out a lot of the times that feel like unique and original were those weird one-offs like 9. It has a style that's like, well, there's been a couple games that kind of style similar to it, but they're always like these like offshoot Final Fantasy games. And then 12 really, has a style of its own. So, really excited. And also, like, it's not the same as Street Fighter 6 because there's only 6 of those. Although there's a bunch of other Marvel games. So, not Marvel games. Street Fighter versus Marvel, stuff like that type games.
They're put in a lot of other
exactly
variations.
It is exciting. The point I'm trying to get to. We're getting a new mainline Final Fantasy. Very excited about that. It's also a huge event. So this State of Play was really fucking good. I really liked it. They had huge banger ass fucking games to show off, huge reveals. And my favorite thing about this is they're showing that 2022 is not the only year of the bangers. Apparently 2023 we're starting to see is going to have a lot of games to really look forward to, which is really exciting. And yeah, I'm very pleased. I thought it was a great State of Play. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It was a really good State of Play. Though, in all fairness, every game could have sucked, and Final Fantasy 16 trailer could have been there, and I would have loved the State of Play. But
yeah, like one of these many good trailers I saw, I could have been like, if that was there, it would have been enough. But we got a bunch of them.
So outside of obviously the big one for me, I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of the stuff they actually showed, but I'm super excited to see these come out. Like the Resident Evil 4, it's not something I'm gonna play. I'm sure I'll catch you playing it a couple times. I'm sure you'll be like, hey, come check this out, and stuff like that. And I fully expect to see it all over the internet. So, and I enjoy watching these kind of games. I just can't really get into them personally.
If you don't see it all over the internet, it sucked.
Fair,
because Resident Evil 3, a whole lot of people didn't talk about.
Yeah, I saw Village everywhere.
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
Oh yeah.
So,
it's very good.
Yeah, and it looked cool, and I enjoyed checking it out. So the same idea, here. Stray is another game I'm kind of curious I've been curious about. I think it'll be one of those neat little, adventure games. Hopefully, it's not frustrating. That's the only thing I'm worried about with games without combat. Is it's really easy to be frustrating when you don't have tools to play. So.
Especially if they're so I guess up their own ass in like trying to tell their story and have their cool, weird, quirky world that like they slack on like good stealth mechanics, so you're just getting fucked because they didn't put enough time into that.
Yeah, for sure.
And stuff like that. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But yeah, I think it's a neat idea, and I'm really curious how it plays out, because it could be a really cool way to tell a story. I am, in a good way, very grossed out by the horror game they showed. I kind of had a reaction a couple times from some of those scenes, so that's a good thing for people who are into that kind of stuff. I'm not touching that ever.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting because it's looking AAA and it's looking gnarly and
like when they
just new and fresh.
Well, and like they zoomed in on that dude's face, he's just like covered in sweat. I was like, that is like detailed. That's crazy. So I mean, that is exciting as much as like it's not a thing for me.
Yeah, you're not playing this.
It is cool to see some, because like you said, horror games are kind of like here and there type of deal, and then like the big ones people just replay over and over again.
Yep.
So
yeah, horror games pretty much only exist at this point on like Steam, because a bunch of indie people make horror games, but like big companies want to make like online games.
Yeah.
That they can just keep making money from you. They don't want to make these like one-off, like the fucking graphics on that guy's face are really good. Like the mocapping's great. Anyway.
Yeah, for sure. The the anime game. I can't remember the name of now off the top of my head.
Evernights.
Yeah.
Evernight.
I'm actually
I don't remember.
very happy that it is a short name.
Yeah, that's actually super refreshing for a fucking game like this.
Yeah. I love the visual style of it. I think it's really cool looking. Has a lot of style to it. The trailer, as expected, I have to say, unfortunately, is not a good selling point. But I love the mix between like the 3D graphics and then the scenes of just like the drawings. Big fan of that. I also, I'm a fan of the Persona games, and I love the live-in like dating sim style quality to it as well. So that's something else that could be a factor as well. It's hard to say, right? Because it's new, and I don't know the team that makes or anything, so it's kind of unproven for me.
Oh, Eternites.
Yeah. But I think it is visually cool. I just, again, the trailer doesn't really sell it for me.
Yeah, it's not a good trailer.
No. But that could also come down to like budget. Like I said, I don't know the team. So
or just a shit editor.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Street Fighter 6. I'm not a huge Street Fighter fan, but I definitely respect Street Fighter. I kind of have to if I like fighting games at all.
That's where I'm at.
I want it to be good. I want to play it. And honestly, it looks pretty good. So as long as it feels good, I'd probably pick it up, to be honest.
Yeah. I just hope there's no fucking, like, every time a Street Fighter comes out, it feels like there's something up with it that people are pissed about. And I'm like,
well, and I hope they learn some lessons, especially with when 5 first came out. That was kind of a shit show. But I also
didn't 4 have some issues too though when it came out, like DLC that was locked on the disc or some shit.
Oh, that was more of it was a controversy based off like they got mad because people figured out how to unlock the DLC without paying for it, and then there was this whole thing of like.
But it was like on there when the game launched, and like
you had to unlock it.
Yeah. Anyway,
it was pre-planned DLC that was already on the disc.
Which nowadays doesn't sound that crazy to me, but back then was a big deal because people were like, "It's already on here. You're making me pay for that."
Yeah.
Anyway,
the other thing too is they have to worry about is in recent years there's been a ton of fighting games to come out. And maybe not in like the mainstream, but in the fighting game like sphere, there's a ton of options for them right now. So and Street Fighter doesn't need to like have a lot of push. It is a big name, but it might have really quick fall off if they don't like, hit that level without all these other options I have now. So I'd be curious to see. I'm not a fighting game expert, so I play super casually. So it just has to feel good for me, but I am curious to see how it'll do with the people who are into fighting games. I know like Guilty Gear's doing really good right now. People who have been playing the betas for like Multiverses and Dungeon Fighter. I can't remember what their fighting game's called, but pretty positive feedback on those too. And those are new fighting games coming out as well. So interesting time for fighting games. And then the big one, obviously, Final Fantasy 16. I've played Final Fantasy my whole life, like many people in our age bracket. And I also, Naoki Yoshida has proven himself with Final Fantasy 14 time and time again as someone who's very good at like overseeing a project. Right? He's not the guy making the game, but he is making sure that the wheels are going the way they're supposed to be going. So I have a lot of faith in the guy. And then seeing 2 trailers now that just show a bunch of amazing stuff, knowing they brought people that used to work for Capcom to come do the action combat stuff, which is something Square has a weakness in, was a very smart move for them, I think, because Capcom does action games. I mean, Devil May Cry is a huge standard for a lot of people. So yeah, I'm super excited. And I think that's an understatement. Like I was gonna buy this game regardless. They didn't have to show me shit. So.
Yeah, same. They wouldn't. They don't have to show me anything. I would have bought it.
But I thank you very much for the eyegasm. That was is fantastic, and I fully plan on watching it in 4K when I have a moment. So no, it was a great show. I agree with that. I wish I would have saw like the PSVR 2 in more detail, like the unit itself, but that'll come. So
yeah, no, it's definitely coming, especially with all these experiences and shit they're showing off now, and also this PSVR 2.
Out 2023, kind of has to. Yeah.
They're getting ready to reveal that thing. So yeah, man, this looks fucking sick.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for new Final Fantasy. Yeah. So anything else you have to say?
Not really. Just glad I didn't have this visually spoiled for me. I knew it was in here. But this is fantastic.
Yeah, no, it looks sick. It's better than I was hoping for. So, if you could grade this state of play, what would you grade it?
I think actually, so pacing wise, I think it was really good. I only had a couple moments like right smack dab in the middle that were like kind of slow, but it was so brief. Started strong, had a strong kind of middle point around the skateboarding thing, and then a strong end. So honestly, I'd probably have to give it an A-. It is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty high for you, considering just some games here you're definitely not going to play, but at least you can appreciate them. I'm also going to give it an A-. I'm very happy with this state of play. I'm really excited for a lot of these games, and I do think they got some really big games to show off in just the state of play. So it's every once in a while people are like hyping up a state of play and then doesn't deliver for them, and they're all like, fuck it, 6. And I'm always like pretty happy with any state of play, even if it's like an indie one, even if it's a PSVR one. I'm just stoked about games. But this one had like big reveals, mini E3 reveals. And I'm glad these big reveals aren't just locked in for E3 and Jeff Keighley.
I'm sure we'll see him again, though.
Oh, 100%. I hesitate to say E3 because I feel like just E3. I feel like the last 2 years killed E3, but I don't think we get another one. But
we're getting Summer Game Fest with attachments. So
well, yeah. In the absence of E3, not to get into the topic too much, but in the absence of E3 in the last 2 years, everybody's made their own E3s, and it's like, and now they've done it for like 2 years now. It's like we don't need to go to E3. We can just do our own thing now. So,
which really kind of sucks because especially like on Twitter and on TikTok. Please work for me. I've been seeing a ton of people like going to conventions and stuff again. I'm like, oh, that's so cool that stuff's like happening again.
I went in 2019 and I might have went to the last E3 ever, which would be weird. And I had a fucking blast. So I would love to go to another E3 or another giant, gaming event like that.
I might only have PAX at this point.
Yeah, PAX is just fucking E3 recycled though. It's like shit.
But if there's no E3, it's not recycled.
I'll just watch Jeff Keighley's thing. But yeah, A-. It was a really good state of play. Really happy with it. They're fucking killing it with these announcements. And 2023 is looking like a year I'm gonna lose time and money. So very cool. Anything else to say on this?
Just that Final Fantasy 16 is going to come out, and about that time they'll probably announce the next Final Fantasy 14 expansion, and I'll just be in endless Final Fantasy
inundated Final Fantasy, which is not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I could have worse problems.
Yeah, 100%. It could be way worse. Let us know in the comments. What did you guys think of the state of play? What did you like? What didn't you like? What was the biggest thing for you? Did not have anything for you? Maybe you're like, none of this really excites me. What do you think about that Callisto game? Are you looking forward to a brand new horror game that looks very much like Dead Space? What do you guys think about Resident Evil 4 Remake? That's big. And what do you guys think about Final Fantasy 16? I know Final Fantasy is not for everybody, but it's for a lot of people. And what do you think about the direction they're going? What do you think about some of the smaller games they showed off, like Stray, whatever the roller skate game is, the guy on the bike season? And yeah, let me know everything thinking about in general when it comes to state of play in the comments below. And one last thing, was there something you're hoping for that you didn't get in the state of play? Let us know what you think there as well. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this TLG Reacts. I've been Seth. This has been Chevy. Thanks for joining me, Chevy. Thank you for joining me, all of you who watched. Until the next episode, have a good one, guys, and take it easy.